Unemployed Actress, episode 4, take 2. Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Unemployed Actress. I am Locke, I am her is she, and she is me. This week we're talking about the struggling actors trope. One of my favorite musicals of all time is Rent. And Rent is such an incredible musical because it honestly speaks to the struggling artist trope. This group of people who really put their all into their work because it's all they've got. It's all they can do, it's all they know how to do, it's all they want to do with their lives is be artists. In whichever field that is, in whichever field of creativity. There's the filmmaker, there's the musician, there's the actress, and then there's the corporate girly, and there's the performer. So there's all of these different characters, and life continues to happen to them, and they continue to create from what life is giving to them. I think one of my biggest inspirations for this podcast has been this space of just talk about what you know. And what I know right now is being an unemployed actress. That is what I know. However, for me, that looks so different because it's not the space of I need the acting job to put food on on my table. I needed to keep the lights on. I've got a job, like I do. I have a primary occupation that pays the bills. And so do many actors, so do many creatives. We've got a whole box of crayons to work from and a whole bunch of jobs we do to keep the financial side of things secured until we can do what we love to do for the rest of our lives. And it's so interesting because it's almost as if you aren't a struggling actor, if it isn't the thing that you need to put food on the table, you're almost unserious. You know, you're almost, are you really a struggling artist? Are you really giving it all to your craft? And as silly as it might sound, I have thought a number of times, maybe I should just quit my job. Maybe I should just quit my job and give it all to acting. Just give it all to acting. Just go full steam ahead. In Uncle Cyril's economy, no, not in this year economy, no. I still have that drive, I still have that hunger, I still have that thing that pushes me to keep going to castings, keep producing work, keep writing, but I cannot up and quit my job and just hope I book castings now. Just, suddenly the moment I quit my bill-paying job, the acting jobs just come rolling in and I just book everything. I'm an optimist. I am a giant optimist and I'm a giant dreamer. But that is Delulu on a level I have not reached. It reminds me of an episode in Friends where Joey and Chandler convince Rachel to quit her waitressing job because they say she doesn't have the hunger to be in the fashion industry. And once she quits her job, she'll have the hunger. And that would drive her to find this fashion industry job and get it. And again, I have this moment of, do I lack this hunger? Do I need this? Is actual hunger the hunger I need to push me towards booking jobs? That cannot be. That cannot be. It cannot be. And it's just so interesting to look how this has evolved over time, right? I was sitting in a casting room with a girl who was in the same agency as me and who, we went to dinner, we grabbed lunch, we shared war stories about castings. And it's someone you meet ever so now and then at every casting if the both of you fit the brief, we're there. And when I'd met her initially, she was full-time auditioning. She was doing it full-time. And I was like, I thought, oh my God, I'm kind of envious of that. I'd love to. I've been living on my own since I was 19. So I don't really have the chance to, just quit and do all of these things. But she had a partner who allowed her the freedom to, quit her job and give this acting thing 110%. And I loved that for her. I was a bit envious of it as well because I was like, maybe if I had that, I could. And the last casting I was at, and I was with her, and we were sitting in the casting room and we were talking, and she said, I got a job. And I was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, this acting thing has now become my side job. If there's a casting I can attend, I attend it. If I book it, yay. If I don't, okay. But I got a full-time job because I need to pay these bills, girl. I need to be able to survive this life. And we were sitting there and I was like, isn't that sad? And she was like, a little. And the both of us just reminisced together about how amazing it must be to be full-time working in the industry, creating, being on set, playing these characters, living these lives outside of our own on a daily basis, on the daily, just being on sets, enjoying at craft table, learning lines, sitting in makeup. Yes, just that is your day. Amazing. And yet the both of us now find ourselves fighting corporate battles, going we're artistic people, we're artists, we're actresses, yet we're now in this space where it's a different struggle. The struggling actress doesn't look anymore like hungry, lights off, fighting the landlord. We'll pay with the next gig we get. We'll give the money. We promise. Just give us a chance. I'm gonna book the next casting. Help me. Help me, I'm poor. That scene from Bridesmaids. It's not that anymore. Now the struggle is more a personal struggle. It's more an internal struggle. It's more a struggle of being plopped into a world that you're forced to inhabit. I would never have picked corporate, ever. I remember growing up, my mom worked an office job, and I remember saying, if I have to work an office job, I would die. My soul would just crumble and die. I find myself in the office 5 days a week for 10 hours a day, and I can confirm teenage me was right. Teenage me was correct. It is another kind of painful because there's no stimulus to your creative side. The castings that do come along are here in the middle of the week, but it's in between your workday or at the start of your workday or towards the end of your workday, but your workdays continue. The struggling artist is now mental struggle, it's emotional struggle, it's this struggle of not giving up, of not letting your daily job, your day-to-day job, the pay the bills job so fully consume you that it crushes the creative inside of you. The struggling artist now has a different face, has a different brand for me and for some of the people I know. It's not for everybody. Some people honestly are fully within the I need my creative jobs to pay my bills struggling artists, and love that for them. It cannot be my ministry. It cannot. I need my job. But it is 100% a completely different struggle, and it's a struggle that you go through it almost every single day, especially if you're sitting in a job that has no creativity at all. I got to the point where I was having panic attacks about going to work. I had such anxiety about going to office because my creativity was not stimulated. I felt so stifled. I felt like when Tinkerbell's in the little jar on Peter Pan, and she's in the jar and her light is dimming, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm Tinkerbell in the jar. I don't get to spread my wings and pixie dust everywhere. I'm just in a jar. And whether you poke holes in it or not doesn't make a difference. The fact that I don't have the freedom to be and create, it's horrendous. So, artist to another. Again, I love it when you sound off in the comments, when you tell me this, we agree, I've gone through this, this is my perspective. I love that. I love to hear how other people are doing with the struggling actor. The being that character, being in that space, holding the space of a struggling actor, and what that looks like for you. Because again, like I said, mine is vastly different from somebody else. My struggling actor could be that I have a job, a good, well-paying job, but I don't enjoy it. I'd rather be acting every day, rather be on stage every day, rather be 12 hours on set, exhausted and waiting for the camera people and the lights to set up, and I find great joy in that. Where other people, it might be that every casting is the casting they need to make because they've got no more money in their account. I think it's Chrissy Metz from This Is Us who'd spoken on that so often that I think she had like $75 in her account. And the This Is Us audition was the audition she had to make. Because if she didn't, she had no idea what she was going to do. She'd probably be homeless. And she got it. And that's amazing. But in this year, South Africa, in this year, economy, in this year space, I can't be that kind of struggling artist. And I suppose we pick our struggles, which is why my struggle is entirely different. But I would love to hear from all of you about what struggling artistry looks like to you and how you make it through that. I'm definitely going to speak more on how you make it through that mentally, emotionally, physically, what all of that looks like for me. But I definitely love to hear your stories. I definitely love to chat to you about what your artistry, what your artist ministry, what your artist lifestyle looks like. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Unemployed Actress. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment below. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to chat with you. I want to know what's up in your life. If you are an unemployed actor, actress, creative, sound off in the comments. I am Laka, and I am the Unemployed Actress.